Hey guys, happy Tuesday, Geeky Guy Comics here again. It's that time again. I know, I can't believe it either. Wednesday tomorrow, new comic book day, week number 8. There's some staggering comics out there as usual with the top high flyers of DC and Marvel. But this week, coming up a close second, we've got the independent comics coming out. Fantastic. Diving straight in, it is the top 5 releases for week number 8 for DC, Independent and Marvel. But before I do that, I just want to point you to this amazing little notebook that my little Geeky Guy comic bought me. It was Valentine's Day, so the boss, Miss Geeky Guy Comics, and my little boys all chubbed together and they managed to get me this fantastic notebook. This is the Geeky Guy Bible. I write everything down in here and this is where I write my notes coming up for my videos. So without further ado, diving in, top of the pile, we've got DC Comics. Now first up, we've got Plunge, which I've been waiting for since it was heard about the release of DC Hill House Comics. So basically, in the aftermath of a devastating tsunami, an exploration vessel has known as the Daleth, begins sending automated robots down into the sea because they've heard this distressed remote signal, so they've sent something down to find out what it is. But basically, the thing is, the boat that they find, it's been missing for 40 odd years. So basically, it's another chapter in the Hill House fantastic horror comics. How is it going to pan out? The cover looks absolutely fantastic. It's probably a slight little nod towards Jaws and the Titanic. It looks fantastic. I'm a massive fan of Hill House comics since they started doing with DC Black Label. So definitely looking forward to that. Up next, we've got DC Deceased Unkillables #1. Now this was one of the top selling comics of 2019. What happens when our heroes become infected with a virus that no one knows how to stop? They all die. But what happens to the villains? What happens to the villains? Now Earth has perished, everyone's flown off, the superheroes that were left behind, they're infected. It's up to the villains what they're going to do. Are they going to kill them? Are they going to take over the world? We are led to believe, and we are going to find out what happens. Now, the gang of villains, they're led by Red Hood and Deathstroke, and they are going to fight to the death to get what is rightfully theirs. How will this comic pan out? Make sure you buy it, check it, add it to your pull list, and let me know. Up next, we've got Joker Killer Smile #3. Now, basically, this is another telltale story in the journey of the Joker. Pardon me, in the journey of the Joker. Now, he's been portrayed in 3 or 4 different versions. We had Harleen, we had Criminal Sanity Joker. He's been perceived in 3 or 4 different versions. Now, this one, I've got to say, it's an unbelievable psychological thriller. So the doctor, Ben Arnell, he knew something was wrong. He knows something's wrong. He knows there's something going on, but the only person he can turn to is the Joker. And I tell you what, this thriller has reached the toppest of the fever pitch and it crashes to its decisive final issue. Or does it? Stay tuned and check it out. Post your comments in below and let me know what you think. Up next is another phenomenal comic from the Hill House Comics. It is the Lola Woods. Now, I like this comic because it's something kind of different. Like within the Hill House comic DC Black Label, there's 4 or 5 different genres. You've got the serial killer genre, you've got the entity striking killer type of thing, and then you've got the Lola Woods, and then you've got the at-sea killer. It's all different. It's all wicked. They're all various comics that you can get your teeth stuck into. If you're a fan of Hill House comics, if you're a fan of horror comics, this is no different. So basically, we got the 2 main characters. They're girls. They're called Elle and Octavia, and basically, they're trying to find out the things that the town does not want to talk about. Shudder to think their town does not want to talk about this certain thing that's happening. And they've gone out on a mission. They're on 2 separate paths. Are they going to come back? And are they going to find out? But is it going to lead them back to the same ending? Who knows? Let me know what you think. Up next, this comic has been spoken about since, I think, issue 86. It is Batman 89. Now, we know from previous issues from 88 that the Penguin, the Riddler, Catwoman, Harley Quinn made her appearance last week in 88. Catwoman was on the side of Batman. She was trying to do good. She got engaged with him when they was on the beach when Bane was snapping Alfred's neck. Batman feels guilty for that. Catwoman is trying to help him. She stumbles across the Joker's corpse as she's digging up his body. Little did we know that the Joker wasn't dead. He was having a rest. And who but should spring to her rescue is the one and only Harley. Harley Quinn, she's there, she's back, no one knows what's going on. All that we know is that the secret of Catwoman is about to come out, and it's all down to Batman deciding whether he wants to stay with her or whether he's going to do what he should have done, got rid of her a long time ago, and fight for Gotham. The Joker's back. It's all leading up to a new chapter in his issues of Joker's War. The Joker's back. He's got on his side, he's got Harley Quinn, he's got Catwoman, he's got Penguin, he's got Riddler, he's got everyone. So, and I tell you what, if he's siding with Deathstroke, Batman has got a hell of an uphill struggle to find and try and sort out and save Gotham once more. That was the DC. That was the top 5 releases from them. Leading on, we've got the indie top 5. So we have got Doctor Tomorrow. This comic looks great. It's about a hot-headed star, an athlete, who his name is Bart Sims, and he's about to meet the Valiant. Let me get this right. The Valiant Universe's greatest hero, and the twist is it's himself. How's he going to deal with it? It looks like it's a comic for all ages, so make sure you check that one out. Up next, we've got Lucy Clare Redemption number 3. If you've been following this fun, frivolous werewolf hunting heroess, you'll love this one, because she basically sets out to find the only weapons that she can to defeat these werewolves. But the only thing is, she's tag teaming with a group of werewolf hunters that, 1, don't trust her, and 2, they don't even know her, and she doesn't even know him. How is this going to pan out? Is she going to get the ending that we want? Are we going to find out who the werewolves are and where they're all coming from? Who knows? Up next, we've got Red Mother number 3. Now, I wasn't really a fan of number 1 or number 2. Number 1 grabbed me, don't get me wrong, number 1 grabbed me, but number 2 kind of left me thinking a bit, am I going to carry this on? I'm adding it to my pull list. I'm just going to check it out. I'll probably get the digital version instead of going to my LCS and buying the proper version. But basically, as we get closer and closer and deeper into the story, the visions through Daisy's prosthetic eye, they become stronger and stronger, and it's becoming more of a daunting task for her to ignore these calls that she's getting. What's going to happen? It's going to be interesting. Are we going to be left on another cliffhanger? Who knows? Up next and final from the independent comics this week. I told you it was a massive thing, and what better way to end the independent comics top 5 than going out with a bang. Now, this is basically, it's about the best of the best of the best secret agent. We've got a woman who writes mysterious novels. She's in her 60s. We've got a man of action who's using this mysterious drug to keep him ahead of the game. But it all becomes apparent that they're all tied together by one man. And the guy seems to be the writer of a science fiction novel, and he seems to have more information than he actually needs, and it's up to these 3 to get the information out of him to find out why they're all tied together. It looks fantastic. The cover it stars in my cover of the week, I'm going to say, and I tell you what, they are coming up and they're starting with a bang. That's from Dark Horse Comics. I do apologise. Up next, and last but no means least, we've got my favourite. We've got Marvel. We've got the top 5. It's been a fantastic week coming up through Marvel. Last week there was quite a lot of variant covers coming out. I think there was 117 comics all across the board from all. But Marvel have really stolen the show with number 1 comic. It is Wolverine. Now, the Claw Destroyer is back. He's been through a lot. He's been a loner, he's been a killer, he's been a hero, he's been an Avenger, he's been an X-Man. But now he's back, and the nation of Krakak brings together all of the mutant mankind. Can he finally be happy? Can Wolverine finally settle down and be happy? He's got his family. Is it going to happen? Who knows? What we do know is it's Wolverine, and nothing's ever simple. Coming up next, it's a new comic. It is Machine Man. Now this one, I like the cover. I thought it was a really good cover. There's a kind of a Iron Man-esque type of feel to it. And when I was reading the premise of this story, it kind of sounds like Iron Man 2020 when the AIs are uprising, they're coming to fight out. Is this all going to come? Is it going to happen? The AI are uprising. Is he going to take the side of mankind and save them, or is he going to turn to his artificial intelligence side and do that? Who knows? We're going to have to wait and find out. Now this one is a very special comic. It started as a podcast and it done absolutely amazingly well. So that's why I don't make the transition from a podcast to a comic. This is Marvel's voice. It looks wicked. It's all about the X-Men finding their place in the world after declaring a new nation. Killmonger has striked. Killmonger Strike, is that even? I think Killmonger Strikes. And we have the return of Moon Girl and Devil Dino. Now, they are, obviously, Moon Girl was a massive, massive comic. I wasn't really a fan of it. I didn't really read it. But she's a fan favourite. She's back with Devil Dino. How's it going to pan out? The comic cover looks wicked. What else can you say? It's Marvel. Marvel Voices, X-Men. Check, 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 check. They're all in board. Check it out and let me know what you think. Up next, we've got Deadpool. Deadpool number 3. So obviously we know he's become a king. He's got his own nation. He's dealing with everything. But the thing is, the target on his back and his subjects, they're dropping like flies. And what's the king to do? We know it's Deadpool. He's the merc with the mouth. How's it all going to pan out? This looks wicked. Let me know what you think. Last but not least, we have Guardians of the Galaxy number 2. So obviously we ended with all the Guardians of the Galaxy. They all put a new band together. They were fighting for their life. They all split up. Peter Quill is left fighting for his life against the King of the Gods. We've got Rocket fighting alone against the legions of I want to say hepatitis, but it's not. Let's go with hepatitis. If I got it wrong, if someone knows how to pronounce it, let me know in the comment section down below. We've got Philia Vale makes a choice between love and duty with the death on the line. And somewhere, a black hole bomb ticks down to 0. What's going to happen? Who knows? So now, Marvel, DC, Indie, you've all been fantastic. I've seen you all through for the top 5. Now we're going to go into my top 5 covers of the week. Now, up first, we've got Captain Marvel number 15. This cover, the colours, the line work, the fact that Captain Marvel is battling She-Hulk just sold it to me. I've been following it and I slipped off around issue number 6, so I need to get back. I'll probably get on the trade paperbacks on this one. But as you'll see, and this comic book cover looks absolutely amazing. The colours, it all flows really well. I think there's about 2 or 3 variants out. This was my favourite. Number 2, we had Guardians of the Galaxy number 2. Now this, for me, was probably one of my favourite comic book covers out of the 5. It's Thanos. The way it's drawn is incredible. Honestly, I really did like it. It's going back to Thanos of old. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Up next, as I said in the independent comic X-Bang, it's got a nod toward the James Bond, him doing up his cuff. There's blood splatter, so we know something's going to happen. We know there's action. It's wicked. It sends you up. Never judge a book by its cover, but I'll tell you what, Dark Horse Comics have really grabbed me with this one. We've got Deceased Unkillables number 1. Now, this is the Martina variant, and as you'll see, we've got, I think it is the Red Hood. I think that's Red Hood on the front cover. Actually, I know full well that's Red Hood on the front cover because he looks absolutely sick. The way he's holding the gun, a smoking bullet. He's got bullets in his eyes. He's obviously been up against something. Who's he been up against? It's a fantastic cover. It stands out. Bosh. Let me know if you're going to get that one. Now, up next, last but not least, I mentioned him. It's one of my favourite superheroes of all time. It is Wolverine. And I tell you what, this cover, as you can see now, this cover is phenomenal. It's Wolverine jumping and looks like he's attacking Galactus. This is phenomenal. It's done by Inhayu Lee. It's a variant. There's 4 or 5 variants out there. The initial number 1, I think, is done by the amazing Alex Ross. This one really steals the show for me. This is the one that I've bought. Guys, it was my top 5 DC, Marvel, independent comics. We also had an additional top 5 covers of the week. It's been fantastic. As usual, if you want to subscribe, like and share, let me know. Tell your mum, your dad's sister, your dad's dog, the neighbour next door, the geezer down the corner that sells a banging kebab. Let him know that Geeky Guy Comics is smashing it up on YouTube. I'm doing the thing. We got YouTube, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got Facebook. I'm hitting up all channels. I can't do it without you fantastic comic book community. Let me know what you think. I love you all and I'll check you later.